The day had come, his prayers answered. Smiling, the old man stood before a gathering of mixed-generation Christians, millennials, Gen X's, Z's, married, some single, most single actually, ready to talk about Jesus during a just musing session. The old man's name? Hupp. Yes, he had prayed about this day. He had prayed as King David prayed, "Even when I'm old and gray, do not forsake me, God, till I declare your power to the next generation." So, do you want to hear my 2 cents or not? Hupp asked a gathering of grace-gilded gladiators. Go on, Hupp, Tim called out from the back of the room. Hupp had met Tim in a Dunkin' Donuts. Hupp approached him when he saw him sitting at a table reading his Bible. Hupp told Tim about his desire to serve the Lord by sharing the Lord's testimony with the younger generation. The Lord's testimony, not yours? Tim asked. Hupp smiled and asked him, "Left or right side?" Left or right side? What do you mean? Tim leaned back and gave Hupp a puzzled look. When we stand before Jesus, that's what I mean. Whose testimony do you want to hear? Ah, got it. Tim laughed and said that he'd do what he could to make the session happen. And there he was, standing in front, absorbing the moment, praying that this meeting didn't turn out to be his testimony, gone badly. How'd you get the name Hupp? A young woman sitting close asked. It's a derivative of hupandros, New Testament Greek. Meaning, a young man who stood in the back next to Tim called out. Means husband. Was for 43 years. She gave the marching orders, up, 2, 3, 4. That is, until she died. A smattering of laughter spread across the room, but ended abruptly when he spoke of his wife's death. It's okay. She's where God intended her to be. How'd you feel about your wife giving marching orders? Short marches, fine. Forced? Not so. It says in your bio you're an ex-Marine, the woman smiled but continued. Did my bio read ex-Marine? No. Former Marine, miss. X marks a spot. Spots make blemishes, and blemishes without grace make husbands and wives X. I am a former Marine, as I was a husband. The man chuckled who sat next to the woman who spoke out. Hupp could hear the man say, I told you, Pam. Then Pam elbowed him and snapped, and you stood by and let me? Hupp thought of Adam and Eve. I apologize for the stir. Anyway, I remember saying the same once, being confronted by a former Marine who corrected me on the spot. That stayed with me. What stayed with me, too, was our need for grace. God's grace first and foremost, and what you get? Spread like real butter, not an oleo or margarine. We have enough oleo in the church. Oleo, the young man called out with a hoot. Wasn't that from Wizard of Oz? Oleo, And thus the laughter returned to the room. Allowing the moment, Tim then restored order, deliberately and loudly, when he cleared his throat. You were saying, Hupp? Yes, grace. We need to spread it. Like real butter, not oleo, the young man reiterated for the gathering and laughed. Did you know there's 2 types of grace? No, both are real enough, but one's sweeter than the other, much sweeter. And the sweeter one is? A young woman asked who sat off to the side. She seemed to be alone. Saving grace. It's God, the Father's divine choosing those saved from all eternity. In the fullness of time, Father sends the Holy Spirit to quicken those who were once dead in their sins. Arise, O sinner, awaken to a new life, a life eternal. As opposed to a younger man, Gen Alpha, perhaps, spoke up. Common grace, Hupp replied, but then added, common grace is where the full measure of God's providence, as God decided from all eternity to bring sunshine or storm, fertile earth or crusted desert, to both the good and evil. It's why bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad. And vice versa. Good things happening to good people, Tim wanted to clarify for the class. Yes, but still everything can look messed up on this side of heaven. It's not, though. God is not author of confusion, whether we believe it or not. That doesn't mean we can't be, confused, said the woman who sat off to the side and asked about grace the sweeter. No, not at all, Hupp said and smiled. He wondered what was going on behind those pretty eyes. It was at that point Tim clapped his hand once to get everyone's attention. I think we need to take a short break. What do you guys think?